What's up, guys? 14 Silver X back, and we're working on a racing game. Last time I was trying to figure out something to do with this turn here, and so I think we've got something going. So last time I was talking about alpha tolerance. This just means when you make your sprite, right here is your opacity. I still can't pronounce it, and it just means transparency, basically. So if you make something transparent, you can, in Modify Mask, select whether you want that to be part of the collision mask. So you can put details in there, but not have it affect the collision stuff. Anyway, so what we need to do is we need to basically make like two turn one stuff. But first we just need to make the track part, so that we'll just use this for it, and we'll just edit and put a darker, let's put like road color, gray, something in for there right now. So you put that in, and you have that, and I think we already put it in a room, yeah. So we need to make our red car detect when it's in turn one, and to respond accordingly. Alright. So, I'm going to make a new object. We already have it there. So here's our car. It has a variable speed of 6, and this sets the sprite to make it look like which way they're going. Sorry, I'm keeping an eye on my dog right now. Troublemaker. Alright. So we need it first to detect that it is in turn 1. To do that, it detects it with using collisions. That's how you detect things. So now, when it's in turn 1, we're going to assume that we're heading clockwise. We want the car to assume, well, I guess you can have it just like we did Pac-Man. So when the car hits turn 1, depending on which direction it is originally facing, for this example, we want it to turn so it's facing down. So it will be originally facing right. So, well, first, let's just do simple stuff out of the way and make it turn down. So, when it's colliding with turn 1, if variable, we'll say direction is, now remember, since we have, let's open up Paint to talk about this. So here's, I'll just do constant stuff. So here's our car. What is this? Here's our car. Wish I had like a pencil thing. Here's our car. Here is turn 1. So what we want it to do is when it detects that it's in there, we want it to face this way. Oh, that's horrible. We want it to face that way. And it comes in facing this way. So remember that direction goes from 0, 90, 180 to 70. So it starts off at 0. So until it reaches 270, we want it to keep turning clockwise. So what you want to say is when it's starting out, it's 0. I don't know if it thinks it's 360, but I do believe, or 0, I think it's 0 actually. So you have to say, see, this is the tricky part because you have to link it here. So what you have to say is, we know we have to put at least 270. And actually, oh wait, this is easier. I forgot. We can say if it's not 270. If it's not equal to 270, there is a problem. Now it turns, we're going to let it turn in increments of 5. So, and we can also split that up to determine its turning radius. So, direction, and we can say -5 to start going in counterclockwise, relative. Alright? Let's see what it does. There we go. We just made our car turn, except it was using the wrong sprite. Probably because we told it to use the wrong sprite. Alright, so there you go. Turn 1. But first, then you have to deal with the fact that what if the car is coming from the opposite direction? So, what we got to do is exit out of Paint and say, when it hits the turn originally. So let's think about it. What am I going to have the car do? I need to test this. We need to see what the direction is of the car. So we can draw here. We can draw variables, just do it like that. Direction. Like that. Let's watch what it does. 0. Okay, so did I see 3s in there? Settings, speed. Why are you licking my pants, dog? Look at those steps. So we see 0, 355, and it's decreasing. So even though you're going into the negatives, okay, so even if you're going into the negatives, you're technically staying in positives, which may sound confusing, but direction stuff is just weird. Anyway, so we can get rid of that. Yes. So if the direction actually, we can put some code in this, can't we? Maybe? Or is that only in Pro standard? Pro is standard. I don't know. If direction has to be first larger than 270, but it also has to be smaller than 0. And see, here's the confusing part, because when you go technically smaller than 0, you are going to 359, which is, in everybody's head, bigger than 0. So I wonder if it will detect this. Let's do that for assert good measure. So let's see if it still does the same stuff. Nope. So I'm going to put 360 as a substitute for 0. Of course, here's the problem. Is that it's already starting at 0, so we have to increment it by 1. Unless, of course, yep, it still says it's 0. So that's where the main problem is in there. So one solution would be to make another turn exactly like turn 1, except the car responds to it in a different way. So I have a turn 1 that makes it go from right to down, and another turn 1, or a turn 2 that looks exactly like turn 1 that makes the car go from up to left. Unless, let's see, direction, smaller. Because you can't say greater than 0, because that would also be true for the other value. Sometimes you just gotta give up, you know. Well, not give up. What am I trying to say, man? I am just out of it. So we made our car turn. That's good, but sometimes you may have encounter problems with this. Let's see if I can make this situation happen. What if it's right here? Does it have enough time to do that full turn? And the answer would be no. So we need it to make it like detect walls stuff. So let me make this room bigger here. So like 1,000. 1,000. Let's keep putting 100. And we'll make ourselves a new sprite that's a straight. So let's duplicate here, edit, copy paste. Why am I copying and pasting? Jesus. And what we'll do, I think we use that size line. That doesn't look right. There we go. There. Then we take some of this color. And we do our best to just get that out. And we put that there, and we do our best to line that up. Paint bucket the rest, and you've got yourself a straightaway. Awesome. Sprite 3 will be straight one. Modified. Why is it modified? Oh, because I don't care. Okay, so there's our straight. What does turn 1 do? It doesn't do anything yet. Duplicate that. We can make it straight. Straight 1. So straight 1 will assume that we are heading downwards. Let's take straight 1, put it right in there. So when our car hits straight 1, it will say, alright, I'm traveling down. So as I'm traveling down, I want to head straight down, which means I want to be heading in direction 270. So you can pretty much duplicate this into a collision with straight 1. It's not equal to 270, set variable direction to 5. But this might change. So what you want to say for straight 1 is that if the direction is larger than 270, set it to -5, but paste if it is smaller than 270, set it to 5. Because straight 1 can also be off of a turn that comes from that is going left to down, so it needs to distinguish that, and so everybody's heading in the downwards direction. So let's take a look at that, and this should fix our problem, except for the fact that there's something going on with the depth. Alright, depth. It determines what picture is on top of the other. Why are you sniffing my pants again? What? Okay. Depth. I think if you have negative depth, it gets drawn first. So if you get drawn last, you're on the higher ground. So if we set your depth to 1. Nope. Other way. If you want it to be seen, you draw it with negative. Okay, so something is large to 270, set direction, blah, blah, blah. Direction, oh, is not. Why does it have not here? Oh. Nope. There you go. So here you have the not equal because you're assuming. I'm trying to think. Can this turn still be used? No. It can't be reused to be going in opposite direction. Neither can the straight. So yeah, we're just going to have to make multiples of every track out there. So there you go. It turned. So we just need to do some copying pasting with some sprites, and we can like make a little simple track here. And with GameMaker 8.1, now I understand. You can zoom out of the room and stuff. Before you couldn't do that. Can you imagine? Alright, so let's delete some of this here. And let's put that there. Let's get a straight 1. So now let's put the thing that belongs there. So we're going to duplicate turn 1 into a turn 2. Okay, and we're going to edit this. We can simply rotate. Perfect. Check that box. Alright, and we are pimping, if that is the term. Don't judge. Turn 2. So we got a turn 2. Take our turn 2, plug it in there. And what do we tell our car? We can duplicate off of a turn 1 to hit a turn 2, say direction is not equal to 180, fix it. So these are clockwise priority, I guess, pieces we're working with right now. Alright, so test that out. Zoom. Zoom. Awesome. Alright, now we need another straight. Duplicate. Straight 2. Edit. Transform. Rotate. Perfect. Check. OK. Duplicate. Straight 2. Alright. And car 2. Duplicate from straight 1. Collision with straight 1. Now straights are, the turns need to be calibrated for counterclockwise or clockwise. Straights need to be calibrated for the direction you want the car to be going. So we want to duplicate for a straight 2, and we're going to have this calibrating going left. Larger than 180, fix it. Smaller than 180, fix it. Perfect. I probably didn't put in the room. Straight 2. Plug that in. Look at it, cut those turns. Alright, so now notice you can't put this straight 2 here because it's calibrated for left. So let's see what the car does. It's probably just going to like span. So it's going to turn itself around. So you can't put that there. That's the wrong kind of straight. Now, remember, you can change these designs. Actually, these can look as ugly as you want. Just remember that depth. What we can do is you can put the important stuff over it. This is just to make sure that the car heads in the right direction. Alright, so why don't we finish our track here? So we have a straight 1. So we just need to keep these sprites, but the turns need to be different. We need 4 turns. So duplicate that. Turn. Why am I skipping numbers? Rotate. Perfect. Alright. Duplicate for turn 3. Car 2. Respond differently. That's not a turn 3. Straight 1. You need to be duplicated. I bet you I'm spelling straight wrong. Probably am too. Card 2. Duplicate. Straight 3. You're trying to go up now. Okay, okay. So I guess technically speaking, you don't need turns, do you? Well, I guess technically you do, for your reference. But you could probably just like put in a giant block and say, go here, turn this way. I'm not going to try to think too hard about it right now. And duplicate. If you have standard edition, you probably don't need to make all these sprites. Actually, you would, unless you use the block. Just forget what I said. Just keep making these sprites. Turn 4. Alright, let's just keep rocking the way we are. Duplicate. Ton fall. Right there. Take that. I want that right there. We need one more straight. Duplicate straight 2. To straight 4. Tell the car. Duplicate. Turn 4. Now since you're going clockwise, you want to reference 0. And straight 2. Duplicate for straight 4. Here, if it's larger than 0, you want to go -5, but if it's smaller than 360, wait, what? I think so if it's larger than 0, paint. If it's larger than 0, which 360 includes, go this way. So, but if it's smaller than 360, yeah, you can't put 360 there, can you? If it's smaller than 0. But in the world of direction, can you go smaller than 0? Oh man, straight 4, we might have a problem. Nope, why am I running? Because I didn't put in a straight 4. Why am I opening straight 4? I want to see the room. Give me the room. Straight 4. Put that in. Let's see. Zoom. Cutting curves. See how you roll. Alright, I'm going to change card 2 to start off in a different direction, just to test my the starting direction will be 90. Okay, and we'll take a room and we'll change position. Can I just move you now? I don't see. Why do I keep on getting these emails that don't pertain to me? Shared computer and whatever. For the heck of it, just so we can see that. All right, so let's test our smaller, larger than 0 stuff. Actually, you can't really test it that way, can you? So in this sense, we're all happy. Zoom. So far, this is our racing game. You got your track pieces. You got your AI. That's pretty smart. And you've got yourself. Just a green car, and you're just like, yeah. You can just do circles around that. Pretty awesome. So we'll probably run into issues with that stuff later that we can just fix, because it usually happens at the end, just like Doodle Jump, or just random problems that always seem to happen. So yeah, and next time we will work on the other parts of our track to do counterclockwise. Don't forget to save your game. Please subscribe if you already subscribed. Thank you very much. This Wednesday, I'm going to try to start. I'm going to remember. I'm going to have nothing to do, hopefully, that day. We're going to work on pro stuff, or standard. So, anyway, I'll see you next time.